All right, Isaac, thank you. Hello, everyone. It's that time of week where I count down the top 4 stories of the week in 4 minutes. These stories consist of the most interesting topics and headlines that everyone is talking about. Let's begin. First up, the National Weather Service confirms that at least 13 twisters damaged homes, splintered barns, and toppled trees in parts of Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi and Tennessee, killing 5 people in 2 states. At least a dozen more people were injured early Wednesday, adding the onslaught of drought, flood, and fire plaguing the South. In Alabama, the weather system dumped more than 2 inches of rain in areas parched by months of choking drought. Forecasters confirmed at least 5 tornadoes hit Alabama, 3 in southern Tennessee, 1 in Louisiana, and at least 4 right here in Mississippi. Meanwhile, after nearly 24 hours of drenching rain helped quench a series of devastating wildfires in eastern Tennessee, local officials began turning to cleanup and recovery efforts. The mayor of Gatlinburg, Mike Warner, said officials were discussing the possibility of reopening the town today, which would give business owners and residents their first look at the damage in a city that's been closed since Monday night. Officials discovered 3 more bodies Wednesday, raising the death toll to 7. 3 other people who had been trapped since the wildfires began were in fact rescued. Up next, headline number 3, a trial has been scheduled to begin next week for the man charged with the shooting deaths of 9 black parishioners at a South Carolina church. U.S. District Judge Richard Gurgel ruled Thursday that the federal death penalty trial of Dylan Roof will start next Wednesday in Charleston. Roof faces dozens of federal charges, including hate crimes in connection with the June 2015 slayings at Emmanuel AME Church. And here's the jaw-dropping part of this story. Dylan Roof is representing himself in his federal trial. Jury selection is ongoing this week with the qualification of a pool of 70 potential jurors, provided that process wraps up as anticipated today. Gurgel says he'll hold a pretrial conference on Monday. The seating of a final jury of 12 members and 6 alternates is slated to happen on Wednesday. Headline number 2, an act of terror that shocked the whole nation. A law enforcement official says Ohio State University attacker Abdul Razak Ali Artan moved to the U.S. with his family from Pakistan as refugees in 2014. The official says Artan is originally from Somalia but lived in Pakistan from 2007 until 2014. Authorities say Arden plowed a car into pedestrians on campus and then began stabbing people with a knife Monday morning. 11 people were injured. A police officer fatally shot the man within a minute of the attack. The suspect was an OSU student. A law enforcement official says the attacker railed on his Facebook account against U.S. interference in countries with Muslim communities. At least 8 people have been sent again to the hospital. So, Isaac, I hope you are listening, because this next headline may guilt you into taking this whole weekend to cut some serious Z's. It turns out too little shut-eye can have far-reaching effects, even financial ones. A new report is our number 1 headline of the week. Reduced productivity and an increased risk of death linked to lack of sleep among U.S. workers cost the nation's economy as much as $411 billion a year. Lack of sleep leads to the loss of about 1.2 million working days a year in the U.S. Sleep deprivation-related productivity losses are caused by employees missing work or working at less than ideal levels. That also, according to the study. The research was conducted by the RAND Corps, a nonprofit research organization. Compared to someone who sleeps an average of 7 to 9 hours a night, the risk of death is 13% higher for those who sleep less than 6 hours a night, and 7% higher for those who sleep 6 to 7 hours a night, the report said. If those who sleep under 6 hours a night increase their sleep to between 6 and 7 hours a night, this could add $226.4 billion to the U.S. economy. Wow, check out that math. The United States suffers the largest economic toll and most working days lost due to sleep deprivation, compared with 4 other developed countries examined by the researchers. If people want to increase their sleep at night, the researchers recommend physical activity during the day. They also suggest limiting the use of electronics before bedtime and having a consistent wake-up time every single day. And if you plan to sleep, be sure to set that clock to, let's see, 4:30 on the dot. We want you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed while watching sunrise. And don't hit the snooze button, whatever you do. Be sure to join me next week. I'll be counting down a new list of interesting stories and headlines that everyone is talking about. Stay woke, my friends. Time now for a break. We'll be right back.